All right, I hope the mics are working properly. Welcome back to The Rundown, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. I'm sorry that I'm a little late, but I've been doing a lot of restructuring here. But today we're going to talk a little bit about the Scabs, if they're really out there. Now we're going to do a little Ted Lasso talk, and I'm going to give it to you guys. You guys were kind of correct. I was a little bit on the fence on it, but you guys were right about John Campea. So once again, just for the sake of being called being obsessed, I'm going to talk about it one more time. Maybe for the last time, who knows? For a last time, for a long time. But you guys were right, and we're going to cover what I'm talking about with that. But joining me at the last minute, even though I delayed it so many times on the rundown, is my wife, Joy, and Nala. Screaming in the background. Hey, there.
She's needed a lot of attention lately.
Oh yeah, and sorry I
Females.
Yeah, I'm sorry I got the topic bar already jumbled up and messed up. So I apologize for that. But guys, we're gonna go over some topics, and as you can see on the side of me, we're gonna talk about some trending news, some entertainment stuff. We're gonna talk about some TV, a little Ted Lasso. We're only going to do season 1. We only saw season 1. We're going to talk a little bit about what we like about it so far, what we don't like about it so far. There's some Barbie news, Oppenheimer. If you're going to go see Barbenheimer, let us know about that. And then we're going to go throw it to you guys and what you guys are talking about out there. Like I said, I'm sorry I'm late, guys. I've been playing with my deck here. I got a new Stream Deck. Took me forever to get it programmed to the way I liked. I was supposed to debut at what was that, last Thursday? Mm-hmm. And then at the last second, I totally messed up something. And I totally, I don't know what I did. But we're going to talk about all these things, get right into it tonight. Let me just, there you go, right there. I don't know what she's doing. She wants to play with the gargoyles. What is this? What's going on here?
I don't know.
You guys see this? You guys... We'll throw it back to her. Like, I couldn't even get the display TVs working. Last minute stuff. I don't know. We'll figure what the hell is happening over there. Look at this. Look at it. You guys see this? She's gonna knock over that Monster drink. She's gonna knock. I'm just seeing exactly. There she goes. There she goes. Oh no! I don't want to do it. No. What am I doing? Hey, wait! I wasn't done. Oh, there we go. Well, fuck you too. That's what she's saying there. Guys, let me get the chat up and running, guys. But before I do that, I want to, you know what? I was probably going to wait till tomorrow. I'll bring it up tomorrow as well. So last week, I asked you guys to help me out. I'm like, do I need to change the name of the show? And most of you voted. I put it on a We Got Your Vote. And you voted, no, leave it the rundown. The problem with that is there are so many shows called The Rundown. There are TV shows called The Rundown. There are YouTube channels called The Rundown. There are podcasts called The Rundown. There are so many things, and they'll do like rundown this, rundown. I even put up a question jokingly saying, since John Campea isn't going to use it, since we're talking about John Campea, maybe I should take that Press Play name that he thought of. What do you think, babe? This is good. Me and you are I rearranged the desk, and we're face to face now. What do you think about this? Is that better? Or is it? I know some stuff are blocking our view, but is that better?
No, that's good.
We're good. You're fine?
I don't like Press Play.
You don't want to call that show Press Play?
No.
Okay. I mean, well, it's not up to you. It's up to me. Anyway, but I asked them, should I call it Press Play? I asked a couple things. The majority of everybody said no. Keep it the same. Keep it the rundown. Some people were. What was another suggestion? One person suggested the pop culture rundown. Somebody else said, I used to say the entertainment news and movie review rundown, because that's technically what it is. You're gonna just what is she doing? You're just gonna park there. She's fine. No, she's fine. She's fine. I'll move her myself.
Put her in the room.
Yeah, she's fine. So I decided to just take. I decided not to. I'm not breaking the rule. I'm bending it. Shut up. She doesn't like the name that I chose. So I decided to take everybody's suggestion, even mine. I've even got, this. Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, she does need to probably go into the other room. There you go. All right, there. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, screw you too, Nala. I'll feed you when I feel like it. I decided to take everybody's suggestion and throw it all into a pot. See, it's just based on algorithm stuff. So just like how a person has a full name, my full name is Christopher Wayne, and only my wife knows the other middle name. I have 2 middle names, Fagan. So I have 4 names. Sometimes the longer the name, sometimes it's worse. It's not good for the algorithm. It's bad for a YouTube, a website, and all that stuff. I understand that. But sometimes you have these podcasts with these very long, funny, unique names. So I decided to just take everybody's suggestion, throw it all in there as a potpourri, and now I'm going to officially call it the full Christopher Wayne Fagan full name of the show will now be the Day-to-Day Pop Culture Entertainment and Movie News Rundown. And that's how I will introduce the show. So I will say, prepare yourself, guys. Welcome back to the Day-to-Day Pop Culture Entertainment Movie News Rundown. I am your host, Chris Fagan, and joining me, disappointed in that stupid-ass name that I came up with, is my wife, Joy Fagan. There you go. So that's what but no, it's still just the rundown. Everything else would just say, but whenever I want to put up a banner or on the podcast, it'll have all that. The day-to-day pop culture entertainment and movie news rundown, because that will be the full government name of the show, of the podcast. But it's just the rundown. So yeah, it's just the rundown. So I'm not really changing it, but I will whenever I'm mad. You know how your mom would always call your full name whenever you were mad, you was outside, Christopher Fagan, you knew you were in trouble? That's it. So whenever I'm pissed, welcome back to the Day-to-Day Pop Culture Entertainment and Movie News Rundown. There we go. With that all out the way, guys, everybody's like, terrible. I don't even want to know what they're saying about about that. They're probably talking about the cat right now.
They said it should just call it the Chris Fagan Show.
Then I'll really be accused of being like trying to be the Wish version of the John Campea Show. But if I didn't have such conflict about my last name, growing up hearing all the jokes, Fagan, and all the stuff that kids would say, I don't know. I have such a thing about my last name, the Chris Fagan Show. I don't know. I don't know. It's boring. The Chris Fagan Rundown. Welcome to the Day-to-Day Pop Culture Entertainment and Movie News Rundown. I'm keeping it there. Okay. It's long and I like it. I'm not. I'm talking to the camera. You see, we're face to face now, so it looks like I was saying that to her, right to her face. She's like, "What the hell are you looking at me like that for?" But guys, if you want to support the Day-to-Day Pop Culture and Entertainment and Movie Rundown, you can call us. Call our show at 281-406-1993. You can leave a voicemail. You can leave a question, comment, a rumor, theory, anything we want. Say, "Hey, Chris, I don't like the new name of the show." And I will report back to you on the Day-to-Day. And also, if you want to listen to the Day-to-Day Pop Culture Entertainment and Movie News Rundown, you can check us out on. I'm gonna love saying that. I'm gonna love saying that every day. Tabitha's gonna be so pissed when she hears this tomorrow. She's gonna be like, so mark this time. The first thing she's gonna say is, "What?" And then she's going to say, "I don't like it." And then I'm going to turn her mic off and say, "You don't get a vote." All right, guys, let's get into it. Help me out on the Day-to-Day Pop Culture Entertainment and the Movie News Rundown. What is the first topic of the day?
It looks like we have had our first strike breakers, seemingly. Andra Gogan is listed as a YouTuber from Romania, but has done voiceover work for studios that are members of the AMPTP. Then, after the strike began, chose to attend a premiere of Disney's The Haunted Mansion, even though the actors did not.
Well, it was bound to happen, and it couldn't have happened to a better person, I guess. I don't know. As long as it's not me that's in trouble, I don't care. No, but seriously though, so we seem to have our first official line crosser, like a person that crosses that picket line. A strike breaker is what they call them, or scab.
Scab.
For short. That's a very bad way to put it. A scab. You're a scab. But this young lady, when I typed her name in, the first thing it really says is, I'm just a YouTuber. So I was like, well, maybe she kind of falls under the category of journalist, or, but no, it's like, no, you were paid by the studio to make that appearance. And I was trying to hunt for any kind of redeeming thing, any justification why. But what people mostly pointed out on TikTok was, look how empty that red carpet is. Look how empty, like, there's nobody there. There's none of the actors. Nobody's there. Why did you think this was a good idea? And then I'm thinking that the response to that was, well, I'm not a member of SAG, or I'm or something. Maybe this was scheduled before the strike. I mean, we were 3 days in. It's been 5 days since SAG went on strike, 78 days since the WGA went on strike. And it was, 2-3 days later, this young lady does it. So when I looked into her a little bit, she's from Romania. And I'm just a TikToker, or I'm just a baby, whatever that excuse is, it's not really holding up water. Although I used to say, unlike her, I would look at her I would tell her right to her face. I would say, ma'am, unlike your thighs, that story doesn't retain water. That's because I'm mean. I've said that to somebody one time. She got mad. I looked her up, and on her own TikTok page, she has done voiceover work. She has her own TikTok, a TikTok that she posted, and the title of it was something like 2022, what a voiceover work, and she listed off the number of jobs that she's done. And if I can go, I think I have it posted up here. Oh, you can't see. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to put anyway, you can't see what I see, so I'll just have to read it out myself. You know what? I can fix it later. But Andra Gogan, voice actor, her voice acting career is listed as, but not limited to, she's done the voice of Anna from Frozen, Dr. McStuffin, Sophia the First playing Sophia, Tangle playing young Rapunzel, Jake and the Neverland Pirates playing the character Izzy. That was for Disney, but there was more. For Nickelodeon, she's done voiceover work for School of Rock, playing Tamika. The Last Airbender, she played Toph. The Thundermans, whatever that is, on Nickelodeon, she played a character named Nora. And for Warner Brothers, she played Space Jam 2 Lola Bunny. Now, this is just her doing voiceover work to translate in her native language in Romania. But I believe you would, unless she's independent and the studios just hired her, I think she may be the only reason why she's being called out for being a strikebreaker is because she's got to be a member of SAG. I didn't look too far into it, and I didn't see any denials of that. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, that she is. Do you think this is justified? Is this an official line that's crossed?
Well, no, they still consider people a strikebreaker or scabs, even if they're not a member of SAG.
If you take the job from the studios to promote. Right.
They just also remind you, I guess apparently if you do that, you'll never get to be a member of SAG in the future. So. I doubt she is a member. I'm sure they purposely picked.
But you're right. You bring up a good point. Whether you are or you aren't, you're still crossing that line. And
the same thing happens in like nursing when the hospital. We don't have that here in Texas because we're not unions here, but in other states, when there's a strike and all the nurses walk off, they have to get replacements because you can't have the hospital empty. You got to have somebody take care of patients. So they hire non-union nurses who still get called scabs because they're not supporting their fellow.
Scab. I saw that term when I was looking that up. Scab nurses. Yeah. But with the medical field, it's dangerous though if people aren't working. So I'm sure you don't get blacklisted for doing a scab.
You don't get blacklisted. Well, I guess from other nurses who are like, how dare, because those scab nurses are getting paid like way more than the regular nurses. Yeah. Which is why they do it in the first place. And then they're
they get like, bonuses and stuff like that.
How dare you?
Yeah.
This is not supporting the cause, because if everyone refused to go to work, they would have no choice but to meet the demands that were requested, because got to have people work.
Yeah, exactly. But you would get, unlike with the SAG members, that you can get blacklisted from actually working because and so I'm sure it's different from nursing, but for SAG members, I wonder where her career is going to go from here, because they made it very clear. You cross that line, you're not good luck. And I believe she's a singer. I think I've seen her on stage. She's had crowds sold. I mean, probably make some good money just doing what she does on Spotify, YouTube, and all that good, on TikTok, whatever. But if you also enjoyed voice acting, goodbye to that, because it looks like that. Yeah, you're right. She's crossed that line, and Fran Drescher made it very clear. You cross that line, you will not get back on this side of it. So she's probably, I'm pretty sure she's trying to backpedal, but I'm curious on how they're going to handle it once they've called out enough people who have broken the strike and worked for taking money from any studios that have been struck, if they're going to stick to that, if they're going to, I guess time will tell. Well, like I said, we're only 5 days in for since the strike began, so we'll find out. Let us know what you guys think on that, and I will enjoy playing with this deck and pushing to the next topic. So, babe, what's the next one that we got?
Influencer Julian Green, a.k.a. Straw Hat Goofy, posted a tone-deaf sketch justifying taking an all-expenses-paid trip to a London premiere of Oppenheimer, justifying it later by saying he's not a member of SAG, nor plans to be, and that he might as well get paid while we wait for the producers to cave. He's since deleted the video and has completely changed his tone. Are they scabs or strikebreakers in your opinion? Let's run down the top questions for SAG in regards to strike breaking from Variety.
Yeah, so when I was looking this stuff up for myself, I kept asking the question, are they telling, I mean, I know I'm not an official critic. I know I'm not recognized by Rotten Tomatoes and anything like that, and that's but that's pretty much what we do. We mostly review movies. We cover the stories that are going on. Are we covered under as journalists? Would we be, because SAG made it clear, we don't care if you have 2 followers or 2 million followers. If you're deemed as an influencer, if you take money from the studio as an influencer, if that's the field that you're trying to do, I'm sure if you're trying to influence, and you take the money from the studios, then you've just crossed the line, the picket line. So, and he was fighting for his life in the comment section. And I like Straw Hat Goofy. I think he seems like a nice dude. He seems real. Most people's criticism of him is that, you know how people, going back to John Campea, you know how people would always, if John Campea says something nice about Marvel, you're a Marvel shill. They'll throw that at him. They've lately, especially members of SAG, have really been throwing that at him. You are paid by the studio, and as an influencer. One person really got on him because he made a comment about Straw Hat Goofy saying, I don't like the fact that I'm paraphrasing. He didn't like the fact that he criticized an independent film. I forgot what the name of it was. The dude from it was a weird comedy from that the guy from Get Out, not the star of Get Out, but the the guy who said Get Out when the picture snapped in his face. He was the guy. He's about to be in Haunted Mansion. It was an independent film that he was in. Damn, I can't remember the name of it. Thank you for something. It was something. Thank you for not, or maybe or something like that. And he was like, you were paid to come out there to to review the movie and stuff like that, and you didn't really give it a good review. I mean, it's a mostly black cast and it's independent. Why wouldn't you why would you bash it like that? I'm like, and Straw Hat Goofy responded to him, even though the video only had like 40 something views, and it was like some little stupid beef. And even Straw Hat Goofy's supporters were like, and then started to target that dude. I don't condone that. I mean, don't celebrity worship. I mean, I understand liking Straw Hat Goofy, but to the point where you're like got to defend him for every little thing. But in this situation, I thought Straw Hat was right. Not in this Scab thing from what he was defending himself for. He gave a review of a movie he said that he didn't like. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's a mostly black cast. I don't care if it's I'll support it and hope it does well, but that doesn't mean I got to lie. If I don't like it, I don't like it. And that's basically what Straw Hat Goofy was telling this dude. If I don't like it, I don't like it. I'm not going to lie and say I liked it just because I was paid to come out there. And then people are also were accusing him of giving mostly good reviews to everything because he was paid. So it's like, make up your mind. Either he's a paid shill that only reviews things and gives them positive reviews because he was paid, or he's an ass who bashes movies that he doesn't like and he's giving his honest opinion about things, and he shouldn't do that because he should try to support lower. And so he's in this weird situation where most people were liking him and whatnot, but now I went through that long story for no reason really, but now he's getting heat for seemingly crossing the line, and then like you said, making that a sketch about it. Really not showing us that he understands why SAG members are mad at him. First saying, I'm not planning on being. I'm not a member of SAG, and I don't plan on being. Then he left the door open. Maybe I will in the future, but that's not something I am inspiring to do now. But I think as time went by and people really were weighing into him on how it doesn't matter if you're a member of SAG or not. What if you piss off SAG members who you are later like have to interview when the strike is over? Let's say Tom Cruise, who he was buddy with a few days ago when he was overseas, was like, I didn't like that. You're not going to get that interview again. I'm glad you got it when you got it, but what if Tom Cruise is like, nah, because of that heat that you brought on yourself with that, or any other actor in the future? I mean, what do you think? I mean, he seems to have backpedaled a little bit back, or I won't say backpedaled, dialed it back. He's made a new post saying he kind of understands what the gripe was, what everybody was saying and griping about, even though gripe is probably a bad choice of words, because it's justified. But he went on the defensive at first. I'm not a member of SAG. This was contracted before the strike really started, and but the way he said it was, while I'm still gonna get my money. That's kind of how he was putting it, and everybody else was like, yeah, while we're fighting for, you bragging about you getting yours. So is your position that you want to take advantage of it? I don't know if you saw any of it, but based on what we've read and whatnot, he's on the side of being an influencer, not a member of SAG. But what do you think is going to, or should? Do you think this would be one of those is this a scab?
It's a hard line because an influencer is not an actor. Mm-hmm. I guess. And
in a lot of ways, he does what we do. He just reviews the movies.
I mean, I don't know, because then it's like, how far do you take it?
Yeah.
So what, the general public, should they not go see any movies? Because all that money goes into the studio's pocket.
Right.
So what, should no one go see movies? That way it fails and the studios lose money?
Right.
And I don't, where is the line?
Exactly. And you
I mean, not that I don't support what they're doing, because I understand. I'm just saying, where exactly is the line that you want from people.
Right. And I'm glad you brought that up.
And some of us are even like, I mean, I feel like you're going to be hard pressed to go super far in saying, like, the general public's not going to not go see movies,
right?
Just because you don't want them to.
Well, that's the good thing about this situation. No. So SAG is not asking for a boycott of movies.
No,
right
I know.
I'm so
just
that's
saying
good. So he's covered on that.
But as I mean, I understand some of these influencers have huge followings.
Yes,
so
he has over 3 million.
I mean, do you pick a line and say, if you have under this, we don't care about you? If you have more.
Oh, no. And like I said earlier, SAG made it clear. We don't care if you have 3 followers or 3 million. We don't. It's not about that. It's about if you get paid by the studio, which he did, and you're promoting and which he was doing out there, and then he made a sketch video, pretty much saying, I'm going to get this money.
I think that probably was.
The
making
that was probably
of the video and all of that. I think it would have been a little better with just, even just explaining your story. Like, this was a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah,
it was already planned before the strike. I really didn't.
Yeah, it's such a gray.
Let me try to make a funny video, and hopefully y'all just laugh and forget about it.
Right. It's such a weird situation because the guidelines just came out, I think a little bit before or after he did it. So, in all fairness, and based on how he presents himself on TikTok, I'm willing to give him some leeway on. I'm not going to just say, "Oh yeah, just now." That's just me. I'm not an actor. I'm not a member of SAG, and I'm not out there sweating my butt off, picketing out there. And if I was, I would be out there, with them. If I was living, I lived out there, and I'd be out there with some water at least, to show my support for them. So I can't speak for SAG members. So I'm not going to tell SAG members who are on TikTok telling people that he's a piece of shit for what he did and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to tell them that they're wrong because they're going to react the way they see fit. But if it was me and if I had to make the decision, if I was Dran Fresher, is that her name?
Fran
Drescher. I mixed it up. I'd give him a pass. I just because of the confusion in the beginning. Like I said, I didn't even know how they just brought up. I was
gonna say I feel like you just would have done better by explaining yourself. Again, I don't know.
I wouldn't have done that sketch.
I would no, right. I don't know how it went down, but I doubt very seriously they called him up and said, "Can you leave today?" Yeah. That it had to have been planned.
Pre-planned, yeah.
So I would think that you would be like, "Hey, this was already planned before the strike started."
Right.
And I had no idea that they were going to include influencers until they just I've already done it. Right. So I had no idea. And then that's it.
Right.
And it just makes it look worse to me to try to make a funny sketch out of it, which he did. Which people are like, well, that's poor taste.
What's her name? The other TikToker, the most followed TikToker in the world. What's that girl? The girl that's famous for using dance videos and making those. She even has like a D'Amelio or whatever like that.
Something D'Amelio.
Remember when she got her heat and whatnot? You're taking from black influencers. You're not giving people credit and all that stuff. The first thing she did was she changed her profile picture to Black Lives Matter. I'm supporting all okay, all right, Black Lives Matter or whatever. and then when the heat started with Straw Hat, changed that profile picture. Pretty much SAG Lives Matter. Pretty much support SAG and all that. Like you when you do. This is just. I'm not his manager. I'm not him. He's a grown ass man. He can do whatever he wants, dude. If it was, but for me, if it works, I don't know if you guys could even hear that, but for me, I wouldn't have done that because that's like a try hard. That's you making it obvious that you're gonna get criticized for backpedaling. and whatnot. I mean, I felt like he was trying to set the record straight. He apologized. He didn't run from it. He deleted the video. He's, I mean, it lives on forever. It's out there. But changing that profile picture, that's exactly what D'Amelio did. I'm like, no, like, dude, don't try to. Now you feeling SAG now? Like, oh no. So I just thought that was funny. But let me go full mass here. There was some questions, and let me see if I can get you to see this, because I'm able to lock preview scaling, preview screen. Where is that? Preview window projector. There we go. Just so you can see what I see. So we have a rundown of some of the questions from Variety. They laid it out real good of all the questions that were asked, and I want to give you a chance to. What do you want to do, babe? I'll let you decide. You want to read the questions, or do you want to read the response?
Doesn't matter. I'll read the response.
All right. So the questions were. Let me go full screen again. And the response. So the response is on this website for you. So I'll read it out, and then you can read the response. So the first question was, I'm a film critic. Can I review movies?
Absolutely. Critics are not on strike and are not obligated to stop reviewing movies or TV shows.
Let's see. I'm an entertainment journalist. Can I cover movies and TV?
Yes, entertainment journalists, whether they belong to a union or not, are not on strike. Even those broadcast journalists who are represented by SAG-AFTRA are not affected, as the strike relates only to the TV theatrical contract.
Let's see. Next question was, I'm an entertainment journalist. Will any actor talk to me about their projects?
Probably not. That would be promoting struck work. They may talk about why they're on strike, though.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. What was that? I read that one. What if the actor wants to talk about their project and sets up the interview through their personal publicist and not through the studio?
That's still not okay, according to SAG-AFTRA. The WGA softened on this after a few weeks, but SAG-AFTRA has not.
I don't belong to SAG-AFTRA. How can I show my support for the strike?
You can post on social media, and you can donate to the Entertainment Community Fund, which is supporting crew members who are out of work. The union has also encouraged non-members to show up at picket lines and at rallies. And they have a link you can click for the list of locations.
Should I boycott Netflix? That's a good question.
Neither the WGA nor SAG-AFTRA has called for a boycott of Netflix or any other platform, and it won't make much of a difference if you do it on your own.
Can SAG-AFTRA members do reality shows or game shows?
Yes, the union has helpfully put out a document listing all the things that SAG-AFTRA performers can still do, including appearing on reality shows and game shows. They can also do commercials, video game work, talk shows, etc.
I'm an influencer. Can I promote movies and TV shows?
Here's where it gets tricky. Most influencers are not union and are not subject to any strike rules. But some of them do work under the SAG-AFTRA influencer agreement or may want to someday. And those influencers have been asked not to promote struck work, i.e. movies and TV shows, either for pay or organically. However, if an influencer already has a contract to promote something, the union advises them to fulfill the obligations of the contract. They are also free to influence on any other subject.
So, and that is probably the gray area that he finds himself in. Like we were saying earlier, that he may have gotten that invitation to come out before the strike started officially and all that good stuff. It was just mostly the tone deafness of that sketch that he did and then deleted. So, and that wasn't the last. Here's another one that's gonna affect Movie Rob here. Can I do cosplay?
If you're not in SAG-AFTRA, go right ahead. Subject to the exception for future union influencers above. If you are in SAG-AFTRA, then look in a mirror and ask yourself, am I promoting struck work? Then no. I'm
an independent producer. Can I get a waiver to to make my project.
Yes. SAG-AFTRA calls this an interim agreement, and you'd be agreeing to adhere to the final terms of whatever the deal AMPTP reaches with the union. You also have to be truly independent of the AMPTP companies.
What happens if I break the strike rules?
If you do it inadvertently, someone will probably tap you on the shoulder and remind you not to do it again. But the union absolutely has the power to enforce its strike rules. Penalties may include censure, reprimand, fine, suspension, and/or expulsion. If you're not a member and perform strike work, you will be barred from joining the union in the future.
And that's and there's the area that he's probably in right now. I would assume that they're gonna look at it, because I'm also assuming that a bunch of SAG members who voiced that they're upset about it have probably shot his name up there to people are gonna be. And like I said, I'm not gonna say it's petty or not. It's just that they're allowed to, that they're in the thick of it, so they're allowed to feel the way they're gonna feel about it. And as non-members, I just know it's gonna try to do like a clash of fans. I like Straw Hat Goofy. I don't want his content to end. I like being entertained by him. But if he made a mistake, and if it was, whether it was intentional or not, if the mistake was made, the response is the response. Don't bash actors who are in the thick of it, because they weren't the ones who did it. He did. He's taking responsibility for it. He's got to face whatever situation, whatever it falls under. I don't know if they're just gonna give him a talking to. I feel like that would be fair, because like I said, it was still that weird. It just started. Maybe he didn't know. He knows better now. But that sketch thing, I wouldn't be surprised with any outcome. If they say you get a warning, don't do it again, you're good. Or you're never going to become a member of SAG, and we're going to encourage SAG members not to work with you in the future. I wouldn't be surprised either way it goes. But like at the end of the day, he's still allowed to do what we do here on social media and TikTok. We just criticize movies. So I think he'll be fine moving forward. Let us know what you guys think. Sorry that one drag a little bit longer. And let's move on. What's the next topic? What's my next favorite topic?
Were the viewers right about the John Campea Show? John Campea has made many changes to the channel in recent months, announcing contests, ending collaborations, ending live streams, creating paywalls, and officially becoming a podcast. We've heard from many current and former followers saying that the changes were too all over the place, and eventually he'll go back to the way it was and pretend nothing has happened. Do you think they're right?
Yes. Most of you guys on this channel said this, that he'll go back. He'll go back to doing the show again. A lot of you guys were like, I don't care if he goes back or not, if he puts it back from the paywall or not. If Robert Meyer Burnett isn't there, I'm not there. But then little by little, what started to happen? It went. So, you know what? Let me go full massive. Let's break it down. Here we go. First thing that happened. So, contest was announced. Then Robert leaves the show from full time to part time. Then he pretty much leaves. Pretty much all together. The show then goes behind a paywall. The show then is officially not a YouTube show. It's now just a podcast. You can only get it on Spotify, which didn't make sense later, because you're both charging your channel members to watch it live, and then you're going to upload it for free on Spotify anyway. It didn't matter if it was on YouTube or not. It was a weird time. Then the contest was canceled without even really being mentioned. Then later on, the show is back on YouTube. No paywall. And then Robert Meyer Burnett seemingly returns on Wednesdays, the days that Chris Carr isn't there. And I don't know if Robert Meyer, it was 2 weeks in a row, I think it was. I think maybe it was just 1 week. Maybe I think it was his last week. But it seemed like all that criticism of, he doesn't listen to the fans and all that stuff, it seems like, I don't know. My whole thing about it was, I think he hit a wall, and it was probably like a burnout kind of a thing. He wanted to implement some changes. His official statement was that he wanted to dial down production. And I criticized a little bit. The only thing I could see the difference from the way he was doing the show before, I'm just being a little funny here because I don't really know how much is on his plate on a day-to-day basis. But I was like, the only difference looked like was what was displayed on that damn TV behind him. That seemed like the only difference. You're not putting any production on that. So I'm like, but the show for me, looked exactly the same. But instead of starting it the day before, working throughout the night, and then waking up and trying to finish up the show, we wake up at 9 o'clock and we don't have all this stuff on our plate. But somebody else on our channel was like, the only thing that's different is that damn camera isn't panning around them anymore. I'm like, yes, it is. It's still there. Like, like everybody was coming up with their own shit. The only difference I saw was the TV behind them.
I just look at it like, when you watch your sports and you have your favorite team and they've been sucking for a long time.
That's what she said.
And you're armchair coaching. Oh my gosh, that coach never, like all the fans are at home going, take that player out. Yeah. Put this one in. They never listen. God. We need all new, offensive line, defensive line. They never do what we want. Okay, well, yeah, because you're at home and you're armchair coaching. You're at home. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm not in
the fair weather fans.
I'm not in defense or support. I don't watch the John Campea Show, but it's his show.
I make her listen to the John Campea Show when we make love.
He clearly has his own roadmap or whatever that he is wanting to follow and do. Yeah. And it's never going to be what everybody sitting at home wants.
Yeah. He said that before. He's always kind of made fun of his own followers. Any little change I make, fans start freaking out. I moved this TV from the left to the right. Why the fuck did you move the TV? I don't like that, I gotta admit, it's true. It is true.
I mean, you're always gonna have. It's too long. It's too short.
That's what she said.
Put it back like this.
Oh whatever. Yeah. Wow. Okay. You did that one on purpose. You did that. Okay. No. But she said that last one on purpose, knowing that I was gonna. That's what she said. That shit. But you're right. I agree.
I mean, you don't know that. I mean. Like, for example, you bought a new piece of equipment that nobody can really see.
The Ultra Vibe Pleasure 2000?
That is supposed to make it easier for you to do the show. Who knows? He may have got some new equipment that now makes it easier so he can go back to doing the show pretty much exactly the way it was before, but yet it's easier for him because we can't see behind the scenes that he did some changes that make it easier.
BS. No. You guys were right. You called it in our comment section. You guys kept saying, he's going, watch. The show is not the same without Rob. Rob comes back. The show is going back. He's gonna push it out. My theory on it was that he, just like what you said, I think that he needed some time off from doing it. He wanted to probably make these changes. He knew that he's used to his fans responding badly to changes. So he'll feed it to people in weird ways. Sometimes he won't say anything at all. The sponsorship thing, he didn't even announce that he wasn't doing it anymore on the John Campea Show. He just, during a We Got Your Mail, oh yeah, I ain't doing that no more. And the fans were like, really? That's how you tell us? So it's like the way you say, it's like he's in a symbiotic, like, toxic boyfriend girlfriend kind of relationship with his critics and detractors. With the John Campea exposed motherfuckers, those guys. And any little thing now, it's like everybody loses their mind. I felt like he wanted to implement a bunch of changes. He knew that there was a bunch of stuff that he announced that he didn't want to do anymore, or felt like it wasn't it made sense a week ago, then a week later it don't make no sense no more. And he's like, oh shit, I already know how they're going to respond to this. So you know what? Let me just do it all at the same time. And because it was the first time he's ever like hit back to back. It was from January, February, March, April, May. It was just boom, 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 boom. And people were like, you're destroying your show. You don't bring back Rob, I'm never gonna watch again. And a lot of people started losing followers. Like I lost like 1,000 there. Our views went up for a couple of weeks. People were liking us. Then they realized that my punchable face was not what they wanted. They stopped again. It's gone back down again. What the fuck? But it was a fun ride. But
It's because it's not called the Chris Fagan Show.
it's not called the Chris Fagan. It's the day-to-day pop culture entertainment movie rundown. Because that's what we do. Especially when school starts, we're going to be doing Monday through Friday. From day to day, we're going to talk about pop culture, entertainment news, and movies. And we're going to run it down. So it's the day-to-day pop culture, entertainment, movie news rundown. Get used to it. But it's just called the rundown. I'm just a rule that cannot be broken can be bent. But yeah, it was funny. But most of you guys were right. Y'all were like, oh no, oh yeah, he's gonna he'll bring back Rob. He'll do it. He's gonna fire next. No, Chris is on vacation now. I'm sure maybe Rob will fill in for those days or whatnot. I mean, everybody's that's leaving. He fired him. He did this. He did that. 9 times out of 10, the theories aren't real, but the ones that you guys did predict were fun. Y'all were like, no, he'll. One guy was in the comment section was totally chill about it. It'll be back. That paywall shit ain't gonna last. I give it 2 months. And pretty much a lot of people in our comment section was saying that they predicted Rob would be back. They predicted the paywall thing was just a stupid thing that wasn't gonna last. He was gonna lose followers. You guys really. That's why, like I said, that's why it's called the rundown. You guys ran it down. I can't remember the guy's name, but one of you dudes were like a straight up fortune teller. First he's going to do this, then he's going to do this, and it was probably just because he just needed to chill and needed a break. You 100% called it. I think I have one of the messages pulled up. I'll pull it up later, but yeah, it seems like the show is back from being behind the paywall. It's back on. It's not live on YouTube. He's pretty That seems to be another thing. Besides, I'm making fun of the TV, and I shouldn't joke about that. That doing the TV thing is behind him takes up a lot of time because I couldn't even get ours to fucking work today. Scrambling, trying. I couldn't even get them to work. Look, the one behind Joy is not. It's rolling Roku. I couldn't get this one to work. So maybe it does take up so much time. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. No. But I'm just glad the show's back. It's not live. I miss it being live. I can't do the channel member thing anymore. And a lot of people were saying what I was saying too. That I think I've been blocked. I can't donate. I can't send this. So maybe it was just one big purge. Maybe it was a mental and subscriptionally purge. No, he did tell us. He said, if you're one of those. Everything is woke, and I hate the mermaid if she's black. And get off my bed. And then 1,000 people left. So maybe it was all by design. The brilliance of John Campea lives on, baby. That's from the Chris Fagan Show to the John Campea Show. I don't know. Did I go full mass? Did I have anything up here that I show? Yeah, I already talked about that. All right, let us know what you guys think about that, and we're gonna talk about TV news. Babe, I'm ready to talk about this one. What have we been dying to talk about for the past, week?
Well, it's not even new because they just finished season 3, so most people are like, old news.
But it's still a good show. We just finished watching season 1 of Ted Lasso. Do you have... Or can you pull up the cast member's name? I can't. Only person I remember mostly is Ted, and is it Casey? Is that her name? Keely. I like Keely. She's funny. But Sudeikis as Ted Lasso. It is exactly what they've been saying. It's a very uplifting, very positive. And I didn't expect this. It did have some moments where it got dark. And if you haven't seen Ted Lasso and you're gonna watch it later, we just saw season 1, but come on, get on it, man. If you don't have Apple TV, you gotta watch this show. I honestly think that Ted is now I can't diagnose him, but I think by the show's end, I mean, do you believe that with everything that's going on, he was a football coach, like for amateur football, right? And then he got brought into a major soccer British league, new country. He's having problems with his wife, going through a divorce, and he's the most uplifting, most positive dude in the world. I think he was a very positive person, but I think he is currently, from the beginning to the episode season into the end, and when his wife was around, it showed more. I think he's depressed, and I think the happiness is real or was real, but I think depression is creeping up on him. I think he's.
I think we'll see more in season 2, more background on him, so that we can see
that he's not perfect or something like that.
Where he gets this, like how he got to this.
His mama. It's probably his mama. I think his mom helped. I'm curious to see, because I don't want it to be a situation like on Modern Family, he's the way he is because his dad was like that too. I think we're gonna find out maybe his mom was this positive influence on his life. I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. What about the Ted Lasso show do you enjoy the most?
I mean, I like I'm a big comedy person, so I like the humor in it, the way it plays out, because some of it is, obviously it's written that way, but for Ted's doing things, and then the responses that come back to him are funny. And of course, he either ignores that they're disses or insults, or
the fact that it can just roll off the shoulders.
He just goes right on with it, like, all right, let's do that.
The whole wanker thing, I thought that would bug him after a while. But then, being called a wanker is their equivalent of being called a jerk off. And that's the word for him. He's a wanker. Wanker. And then all of a sudden, even wankers started to become, like the way he won that critic over, his biggest detractor. And he's like, this dude just keeps winning people over. He doesn't win every game. But you can't help but the guy put it the best. I can't help but just root for this guy, because that joy that comes from him, or that positivity, it seems to be genuine.
I know you watch Natalie, is it Gold all the time?
Yeah, we watched a little bit of Natalie Gold's because I wanted to
her explanation that he is just truly a coach.
Yeah.
So even though he really has not a clue about soccer, not the first foggiest notion
he's
of
great
any
at
of the rules,
motivating. He's a motivator.
He brings out
the best in people.
Yeah. So that they play as a team.
Mm-hmm. Even the dude on the team with the crabbiest attitude, he can't help but win the dude over. I mean, the guy he's got that. What do they call it? Like when you have a contagious laugh or something like that. Like his positivity is contagious, and you can make and even making fun of him for being so nerd. And this is probably what we're gonna get with the new Superman legacy. We're probably gonna get, like they said, it's gonna be in a world where being truth, justice, and the American way isn't cool anymore. He's still trying to be that hopeful, that beacon of hope and that light. So we might be getting a glimpse of
even when he was faced with the owner of the team, the new owner, flat out telling him, I did all of this just to fuck you over. He was like, it's okay. I understood and his reasoning why, because he's going through divorce as well. It's like the divorce makes us do great. And I instantly agreed. I was like, when I went through mine, I thought about that. It's the most, and I'm pretty sure you can get a lot of understanding from people who've been through it, marriages and divorces. He was in the middle of it too. She was in the beginning stages of it too. They're both pretty much on the same road, and yeah, she was trying to cut him off.
on it. But he was like defensive driver. It's okay. Go. You're fine. You're good. We're all still heading in the same direction. We're all on the team. As long as, and he really accepted that apology. Hey, are we good now? And she said, yeah. And that's it. I don't think they will ever have any beef with each other. But I keep hearing about this one character that's unforgivable. I thought it was that, asshole star soccer player. I don't know if you have his name.
Well, the character's name is Jamie Tart.
Yeah, Jamie Tart. I thought it was, but I thought it was him, but I'm thinking it's the owner that everybody's talking about. The guy that's
Rupert.
Totally unredeemable. It's got to be Rupert. Because I see that, unless I'm wrong, but we haven't gotten into season 2. We haven't gotten to season 3 yet. I think Tart is redeemable still so far. He's obviously he's got some issues, and even Ted's got the glimpse of it. He's got some daddy issues with being the best, always trying to be the best.
He got to see that little glimpse in the very last episode of him still as an adult getting totally chewed out by his dad.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, and being that rich, and like, why, you're able to be an asshole and talk all that crap to everybody else, but you can't tell your dad. Like that was. And
sent him that little note to say, "You did a good job.
You're a good boy." Yeah, he's got some daddy issues, and what's his name, and Lasso is gonna be able to use that to win him over. But Chris Tucker? I remember him on stage even talking about that when he started making money. He's like, I loved it when I made my first couple $1 million. I invited my dad over to my house, had my radio on, I was playing music, and my dad thought I was still 16 or something. He was like, turn that damn music off. I was like, who the hell are you talking to? this is my house. Maybe that scene will happen in season 2 or season 3 or something like that. But I would feel like Tart would be the type of dude that wouldn't take even that from his dad. But he obviously has real deep daddy issues. So I feel like he's redeemable.
Well, Jamie clearly learned something from Ted Lasso because he passed the ball like Ted had been begging him
against
to do.
Against them. But he did learn. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So I'm obviously this unredeemable asshole that can burn in hell of all eternity. It's got to be the former owner. It's got to be that guy.
That dart match was pretty.
Oh, that was
pretty awesome.
I unfortunately I saw that scene on YouTube. And that was the scene that made me go, okay, I want to watch this. That dart, whole.
Just like, dude, just give up. And he was all like, I don't know.
I don't know. If you'd have got to know me better, maybe you'd have known that I've been playing darts since I was 16, and boom, and knocked that bullseye out.
And at the very beginning, like, I forgot I'm left-handed.
Oh yeah. That was a little bit of Princess Bride in there. I got a secret too. I am not left-handed. Yeah. So so it puts a smile on. It's the Ronald McDonald of TV right now. But I'm loving it, and it puts a smile on your face. It's everything that people say it is. So if you haven't checked it out, get started on it. We're only at season 1. We've only completed season 1. We have not started season 2 yet. And
it's a very easy watch. It's one of those we'll probably run through it. Yeah. Want to run through it. Just
yeah. Joy hates it when I start a show late at night when she's trying to sleep, but she couldn't stop watching Ted Lasso. So we'll probably get through season 2. But we'll talk about it next week.
Nothing coming on, so you gotta watch things.
We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. There's a lot of things that's going on during the strike, and we're gonna bring that up tomorrow. We got a topic about that tomorrow. We'll bring that up tomorrow. All right, that's Ted Lasso. All right, babe. What's the next topic of the week?
Barbie early reviews from the Hollywood Reporter. The domestic weekend box office tracking for Barbie is 110 million. The
early reviews are out, and this is interesting. Check this out. Let me go full mass here. I saw that as of a few minutes before starting the show, Rotten Tomatoes had it at about 89%. It debuted at like 91%, I think, but now it's ticked down. That debut was about 34 reviews, and then it ticked down from 34 to 89% with and it's at 14 reviews as of an hour ago. Let's see, from Real James, from It's Real James, he tweets, Barbie, it's a must-see movie this summer. From the wonderful cast to the incredible direction and writing, this film blew me away. And to me, this is Greta Gerwig's best movie. Greta Gerwig's best movie yet. Let's see. That was from Real James. From Film Updates, America Ferrera is the film's beating heart and luminous soul, a genuinely moving performance, and a show-stopping monologue that had the audience applauding.
I didn't even know she was in this.
I think she's the president of Barbie World.
Oh, okay.
Discussing films, said Greta Gerwig, another Greta Gerwig shout out. Barbie is an unmissable spectacle that will make laugh, cry, and ponder questions about your own mortality. Damn.
Now, I will say, initially when this movie first got announced, and all we were seeing were just still pictures.
Yeah, you were like,
I was like, I have zero desire to watch this. Looks really stupid.
And then the other day I mentioned Oscar-worthy performance by Ken, and she was like, "Come on, Chris."
But no, once they actually put trailers out where you could see what a little bit more what the plot and interact, like actual dialogue, then I was like, okay, yeah, I'll watch this. It looks good.
So it wasn't the six-pack from Ryan Gosling that did it? You sure? You sure about that?
No.
You sure about that?
It's more Issa Rae and Kate McKinnon messed up Barbie.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Because we all had. Well, you're not a girl with Barbies.
You don't know my life.
We all had that messed up Barbie that you chopped all her hair off and she was colored with a marker.
Yeah, that's her. That's what they said. But they said that this is if you hate Barbie, love Barbie, this movie's for you. If you hate Barbie, this movie's for you. That tagline alone was like, that's interesting. So,
and I will say the clips that I've seen of Ryan Gosling, because it's not what he normally does, he seems hilarious in this.
Oh, you got to watch him in the Big Short. I'm jacked to the tits.
Especially the little clip where he's at the hospital or whatever trying to argue with the doctor. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. You're just the one. Where's the male doctor? Oh, I was like, ooh, don't bring those 1950s. Don't you wrong world. You're in the wrong universe. Ooh, but yeah, that's probably what's gonna get him thrown in jail. That's it. That was a killer scene. Yeah. So the early reviews are in and they're out. The question I had posted on was, what are you guys gonna see first? And we'll talk. I'll remind you guys it was in the poll. So if you haven't voted on it, hit the like button and hit the poll. And vote. I said, are you going to see Barbie first? Are you going to go see Oppenheimer? Or are you going to see Barbenheimer? Or are you going to Oppen Barbie? Are you going to do a double feature and what? Tell me which one you're going to watch first. I'm pretty sure you guys got what I meant by Oppen Barbie and Barbenheimer. So I don't know is the poll still there? Can you see it? I don't want to close it yet. I'll close it at the end of the show.
I cannot see it.
I can pull it up later. But yeah, I saw that you guys were voting on it. So if you haven't voted on it, let us know. Let's move on. What's the next topic, baby?
Oppenheimer early reviews is projected to reach 49 million.
I saw something that said that 40% of moviegoers were going to double screen it. I looked for it again. I couldn't find it. So it must have been just somebody's this wild little guess. I don't think that was an official, because that sounded, because Oppenheimer, like you said, is going to only hit, Barbie's going to hit over 100. It's projected for 110, is what you said? Mm-hmm. Over 110. And Oppenheimer is only at 50.
49 million.
Well, 50. It's going to make over 55 million. I can guarantee that. And it's largely due to this movement, this cross, because I think Oppenheimer is Universal. Christopher Nolan is with Universal, right? And Barbie is Warner Brothers. But they're pretty much almost working hand to hand with promoting each other. First, it started with the actors. I'm gonna go see Barbie. I'm gonna go see it, and the director and from both movies. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go see Oppenheimer. Now there's all these memes and posters and stuff. So, a movie that Sean was dying to go see. I was like, I can wait to see it when it comes out to streaming. But now I'm debating on saying, I don't know, babe, will you watch a double feature?
I have negative zero desire
To see Oppenheimer?
to see Oppenheimer. That is
So
absolutely with 100% certainty not my genre of movie at all.
So what's probably going to happen is I'll time it out.
And the fact that it's a 3-hour movie
Is it?
makes it even worse
So-
for me. Like, no.
I'm a Oppen Barbie. I think I'm gonna Oppen Barbie, cause you gotta watch Oppenheimer first. Get all that bleakness out of the way, and then let the abs of Gosling shine upon you afterwards. I think I'm gonna Oppen Barbie. So I'll maybe on the day that we watch it. I don't know if you want to try to watch it this Friday or something. I don't know if you're working or not. We'll find out. And I'll try to time it to where I can watch Oppenheimer first, and then we can go together. I'll come back, scoop you up, and we'll watch Barbie. But going full mass here, let's see. Oh, no, I didn't have. Oh, I didn't get the. Oh, my bad, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't get the early reviews out, but the early reviews are out on Oppenheimer. I saw that they were mostly positive. One dude gave Barbie 5 stars and gave Oppenheimer 3. So that was weird. But I forgot to, as I was getting the show together, I forgot to copy and paste some of those early reviews. But let me know in the poll where you guys are at on it. When we talk about the live chats, I'll go look at those up myself. So this will be the part of the show where we would go to the voicemails. But there were no messages. So if you guys want to leave a voicemail, guys, you can go 281-406-1993. I was going to put a sound from Cable Guy and say, you have 0 messages. And then Jim Carrey was like, nobody loves you. So that's going to be the sound whenever there's no messages. So let's move on to the comments. So I got a few in, and that was topic number 8. Let's see. Where did I forgot to post it up there. Let me see if I can force it. There it is. Here we go. Bam. I think this was from YouTube. No, this was from TikTok. Artem1S from TikTok says, SAG released an FAQ for influencers on their website. The best course of action is always to follow the direction of the strikers. Yes, we ran down some of those right now. From another John Campea post that I did, Benjamin Gerard 1167. It was a long comment, so I had to cut a little bit of it out, and so I'm just like paraphrasing it a little bit. This is a shorter version. John's not stupid. He knows his views dropped big time since he let Rob go and stopped putting the video format on the show on YouTube. To be honest, apart from some special topics, I will not be surprised at all if he goes back to video format for good. I'm just wondering how long really he'll keep his channel alive. He didn't lose that much subscriptions, but his channel has been stagnant for a long time now too. It doesn't grow with me. I imagine super expensive studio. I don't think it's sustainable. And one last thing, he should also come down with the aggressive virtue signaling. Chris does it a lot too, and I think most people don't want to be politically and socially lectured when they watch a show about movie news. Most people, that should be true, but the reality is most people don't want to be lectured with political views that they disagree with. That's the truth. If John Campea had a bunch of people who were on the far right watching at a time, and he just started declaring his Canadian love for MAGA, they would all give him the thumbs up, and all the liberals would give him the thumbs down. If he did the opposite, then all the conservatives would give him the thumbs down, and the liberals would give. So he just shouldn't talk politics, period.
Politics, yeah. I mean, of course, so with reviewing movies, there's always going to be a movie out there that has something in it that
Yeah, sometimes you can't
that,
escape
that
it.
you're going to be giving an opinion on. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't like it, or I did, and that's going to be a topic that other people are going to be like, what? I can't believe that. Or
Oh, like
whatever.
tomorrow when we talk about Snow White.
So sometimes you can't escape that. Of course, you just don't want to turn it into an entire segment where it goes from just reviewing the movie and saying I did like it or I didn't and why, and then it turns into the whole show is just about your opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he does that. He does that with just regular movie opinions and stuff, like when he's criticizing a movie or reviewing a movie. But yeah, no, you're right. But yeah, that the statement that they, I mean, Chris is who she is. She's not gonna, if it's whether it's political or not, she's not shy on telling her what her stance on it is. But she was like that from day one. It's not like she snuck that in. She's trying to sneak liberal views in. That's who she is. But they don't make it an everyday thing. But if she's talking about an unfairness with casting, or they don't, they've done this. They've historically done this against the African American community in Hollywood. I mean, I'm sorry if the statement is true. If that statement is true, it doesn't matter if you want to hear about it or not. I don't care. They don't probably care in the moment. If something's coming up and we're talking about it, and I can link it to, Hollywood has a history of blaxploitation, and that's probably why that's happening. And being like, well, I don't want to hear about that. I don't give a damn what you want. I said it. I still said it. You couldn't knock on the door, come into the studio, and stop me. I'm gonna say it. Don't watch it. But if a movie was about something else, gang violence against a gang member of a person of color was a gang member attacked a teacher in high school, a white person, and I would probably bring up, there was a movie called Colors. I think I saw a scene like that was like, I mean, just because it might paint a negative view on something doesn't mean that like bad things that didn't happen. I mean, people just need to, I don't know. I just feel like people just need to get over hearing something. If it's a fact, it's a fact. I mean, I know most people try to use their opinions about things and call them facts, but bashing Chris Carr for being opinionated or not being afraid to call something the way it is, just because her view might be skewed in a direction that you don't agree with, doesn't mean that what she might be saying is wrong or right. It's your opinion. And I'm talking to that commenter. It's your opinion about it, but that opinion is probably just based on how you just feel about her. I'm pretty sure if Chris Carr was, I'm just talking to that commenter. I'm pretty sure if Chris Carr's political views aligned 100% perfectly with yours, you wouldn't mind her saying whatever the fuck she was saying at all. Yeah, you're right. They should have built the wall or whatever. I'm just gaslighting and assuming that's the grief, but that she's too left leaning. But she is who she is, and for the most part, people seem to like her, and they don't get that political that much. John seems to be pretty good at not. He doesn't do it on a day-to-day basis. Maybe once a month, if that, he'll mention politics slightly. I'll do it more than he will. I've been trying to stall and get the comment section working, and I can. It's just that I got to hit some refresh buttons and see if it works. So I'm trying to get your. Okay. I know what I have to do. Here, babe. I don't know if you can. If there's any comments that you want.
I can see.
Yeah, if you can, because I can get this fixed at the same time.
Let's see. I mean, you've got Justin D. asked in the very beginning. He's going to do the Barbenheimer tomorrow. And he wants to see Greta Gerwig do a murder mystery, perhaps a rival concept to R. Johnson's Knives Out. and would like to see Nolan do an original type Western. What do you want to see them do next?
And that was from
Justin D.
Oh, Justin D. What would I want to see Greta Gerwig do?
Greta Gerwig, yeah.
I have to be reminded of her because I know the name. I just can't.
She's the one doing Barbie.
I know she's the one doing Barbie, but I mean like her previous movies. I'm trying to remember one from her that I saw before, and I'm having since my brain is trying to get this live chat fixed. I can't remember. If you can pull up her IMDb. I think I got it
She
fixed.
wrote and directed the teen movie Lady Bird.
I didn't see that one.
Little Women.
She did Little Women? No.
The 2019 Little Women, because there's been a lot of those.
There's been a lot of Little Women in it. Sorry about this, guys. I got it fixed. Hold on. Here we go. You see, you're hearing all the
and
clicks.
Something called Nights and Weekends, which from 2008, which I have no idea what that is.
Ah, that's why it's behind. Let's see if I can move this. It's going to go up. There we go. Up, but when I do that, it messes up the... So I got the lower third working, but I have to move it like this. There. I think I got it fixed. Tell me if you can see it now. There we go. All right. Yeah. Okay. I don't think I've seen a Gerwig movie.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the only. Maybe she's done TV.
She's an actress, so she's done acting stuff, but directing movies, those are the only.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the acting part of just her directing. I've never seen anything that she's directed, and I guess Barbie's going to be the first thing I see her directing. And he said he wanted. And what was that comedy? He said he wanted to see him do what?
A murder mystery, something kind of like a Knives Out style.
I guess your opinion on it is valid, but more than mine, because like I said, I've never seen anything else that she's directed. This Barbie is probably going to be the first movie that I've ever seen her direct. Let's see. So yeah,
someone at the bottom, J.A. Dub said, Greta Gerwig for the G.I. Joe reboot.
He also says that there's only one 70 millimeter IMAX screen in all of Dallas-Fort Worth. Hey, what's up from Dallas? It's booked for the next couple of weeks. People are listening to the marketing. See it on the biggest screen possible. Obviously, talking about Oppenheimer. I'm probably going to see it in IMAX. Yeah. And just as this is the comment you were talking about earlier. Doing the Barbenheimer tomorrow. I want to see Greta Gerwig do a murder mystery, perhaps a rival concept to Knives Out.
B. Gill Studios would like a shout out because it's his birthday today.
What's up, my man? Today's a special day today. It's my 29th birthday. You're still in your 20s. You're an ass for still being in your 20s, by the way. How about that for a shout out from a 43-year-old punchable face dude myself? Happy mother effing birthday, you 29-year-old so-and-so. No, yeah. I gave my. You're lucky I did that too, because I gave my own close friends a hard time. I was like, "What kind of man wishes another man a happy birthday?" And I gave him that Lawrence Fishburne look from Blackish. What kind of man wishes another man a happy birthday? But happy birthday. Let's see. Yeah, and everybody else was just giving him a happy birthday shout out. I thought Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning gets better with each watch. Saw it 4 times. Do you think there will ever be a spinoff, perhaps with Haley Atwell and Pomp? That, because I don't know if a Mission Impossible spinoff would work, but those characters were awesome. Clementif, that Joker-ish type character. I know you didn't watch it with us, but yeah. If you want Mission Impossible to go the John Wick Fast and Furious route with all these spinoffs and stuff, it could work. I mean, anything can work. But would I want it? I don't know. Maybe a TV series, but I don't know if a movie. I don't know. I never thought of it. Because John Wick's universe leads itself to spinoffs real good. Fast X, they did it. Hobbs and Shaw. But Mission Impossible. Can a Mission Impossible related film without Tom Cruise work? Because those movies have made themselves so in sync with Tom Cruise. I mean, when they tried to render it, it didn't go well. So, like, I don't know. I wouldn't be against it, but I don't know how many people would be for it. Headlining with guest appearances of Tom. You would have to have Tom Cruise in it. If he was producing it, maybe that. But Tom Cruise has already said in a recent interview that he has no desire to direct. I would have said if he was willing to direct it, you gotta. You gotta.
I need to plug my phone in.
Oh yeah, no problem. We're about to call it in a minute. But if he was directing, maybe. But Tom has already said that he has no. That's a good question. Let's see, the Chris Fagan show. That's what you were talking about earlier with the. It's not. I don't know, but I don't know if the Chris Fagan show works. I don't know. Maybe I'll put up a poll. If you guys are biased, you probably will pump me up and make me change the name to the Chris Fagan show. Better than press play. That'd be just wrong. if I stole his press play name, you don't think that would work? You don't think that would have been funny? You wouldn't want to just press play? No. Okay, well, all right. You and J Dubs. Let's see. Continues on with, if the strike goes on for more than 3 months, I think we will see a precipitous rise in OnlyFans. It's not like it was the pandemic. I mean, that was what really made OnlyFans like, well, can't go into work today. Might as well flick the beans to some pea corn. Yeah. Oh, it's not like it's the pandemic. There's still things to do. Justin D says, my brother's a nurse. He tells me crazy stories about how much travelers make. Some SAG members might think about that as a profession. I mean, but their profession is acting. I don't know. I don't like it when people tell actors, you get another job. I mean, this is their career. This is what they've, and it's about getting fair. But it's the message is the same for everybody. Whether you're working in Hollywood or if you're working in a factory somewhere, if you're not getting paid fair wages, and you just see the white suits versus the blue collars and the white collar suits that's eating lobsters and living it up, and you're the ones really, busting ass in the factory. I mean, it's about fair wages. Let's see. Do you agree with Campea that Joyride is the best comedy of the last decade? Because I absolutely do not. I found it to be trying too hard to be funny. It's funny that you brought that up. I literally was thinking about this on the way home when I dropped the kids off. I was thinking about Joyride for some weird reason. I was thinking about what John Campea said. You found it funny.
I commented under there. I found it hilarious. Best comedy of the decade? No.
Best comedy of the year so far? Yes. I would give it that maybe.
But I'm not going to be like, oh, it's better than
this and that and the other. Yeah. No, I'm not, because it's and trying to be generous. I was giving it my review. I said it's one of these movies. It's just like that Jonah Hill, Eddie Murphy movie we saw, because we saw it with a great crowd that was in it. That movie would benefit from that, but people aren't even going to see it. Did it even place? It didn't place in top 5 at all. I don't even think it placed in top 10 when it debuted. It debuted at like 11.
I don't know.
I can't remember now. And it's been falling off since then. It's not. Going back to John Campea, he was like, everybody's always saying that there's no new movies in Hollywood. Everything's always sequels and franchises and sequels and franchises. There's no original. Well, Joyride isn't original, and nobody went to support it. But most people were probably like, well, it's not, it doesn't relate to me and stuff like that. Yeah, it has an all Asian cast, but it's not, but it has things that everybody can relate to. The comedy that hits is not, no, Nala, no. The cat was about to jump up here again. It's not unrelatable just because it's a cast full of Asian women, but it was hyped up by John so much that I was expecting to be on the floor laughing. And I'm like, dude, not to sound like an ass, but like last night I showed my wife Hollywood Shuffle for the first time in her life. And I mean, that's a movie I grew up on. You did it anyway. That's a movie I grew up on and was dying laughing. Enjoy laughed and liked it too. But the jokes were probably hitting a little bit harder because I was right next to you, dying laughing again. And that's probably what John was experiencing. Ray, his brother-in-law, and his wife were probably able to understand. She is very clingy lately. was probably able to get these jokes a lot deeper than most people, and that the atmosphere around him was probably just, bust out laughing, rolling on the floor, dying laughing kind of a situation. But
for me,
it was not that. It was funny as hell, but it wasn't like I wasn't dying laughing. I just no, I wasn't. I just assumed it was mostly because of the atmosphere that he was around. His wife was there, and they probably got it on a deeper level than like my home. I have I'm not saying that you can only get the jokes if you're Asian or if you're dating an Asian person, but there were some jokes there that there was probably some deeper meanings, and it's just the atmosphere was probably different.
And while I find it funny, there are a lot of the population that don't find crude humor funny.
Oh yeah, when you got a
Very
big old
graphic.
sweaty vajayjay in your face.
That's nasty. That's tasteless. We don't have to do that kind of
Any
thing.
hole but the holy hole. That was right there in your face too. That was a stand-in though. It wasn't really hers. Let's see, Joy, you said you enjoyed the movie. Is the the pop-up isn't working again? Let me see if it's not working on mine. Is it working on mine? Let's see. Campea did Rob dirty. I mean, he's back. Rob is back.
That person didn't realize it because someone else said that,
No, he's
and they were like, "When? I missed that."
he's doing Wednesdays. He's probably gonna be there today. He's probably there right now. If Rob is back on the show again today, then I'm assuming that Rob is coming back every Wednesday on the days that Chris Carr is gone. But which sucks because I like it when Chris and Rob are on the show together. He's doing less topics per day, which is something we all. Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he is. He's doing less topics as well. Yeah, he's condensed it down to an hour. That's true. I don't understand how creating separate clips ahead of time and then doing the show later, how that's less work. It is not. I don't care what he said. Oh, thank you, Justin D. And you just reminded me of something else that he's gone back to doing. First, okay, before Chris shows up, we're gonna quickly run through these topics and we're gonna put a little production in it the way we do. We're gonna do them real fast, and then we're gonna do the podcast. We're gonna cover those topics again. When somebody pointed that out to me, I was like, there's no fucking way John is covering a topic and then talking about it as a clip and then talking about it again on the live during the whole show. There's no fucking way he's doing that. That's a waste of time. And they were like, no, and I was like, sure enough, that is a totally different clip. And then he said, yeah, we talked about this earlier and now we're talking about it again. Why? When all you had to do was just do the show and then just clip it out. And then yesterday I noticed he did that again. He did. Because usually he does those clips before Chris Carr comes into the studio. Him and Ray do it themselves. Talk about it real fast, and then they talk about it when Chris shows up. I saw a segment of I think it was a SAG topic, and Chris was in the clip. I was like, oh, no, okay, so you're back to clipping out the show again. Because why? Because it's a waste of time to talk. But at the same time, but just like you said earlier, babe, you said that maybe there's more things going on behind the scenes, that formula is good. But I just can't find the logic. I'm not going to talk about I'm not going to make a separate segment video about the things that we talk about by re-recording a whole separate video. I'm just gonna clip out what we just talked about. You're never gonna convince me that saves time. I'm sorry. Maybe graphic wise with Ray it saves time, and maybe that's the point. Maybe that's why. But I don't know. I don't get it. But it seems like they have those graphics are already and done before. I don't know. I don't know. If he likes it, I love it. That's fine. As long as he's happy. As long as it makes sense. But no, you're right. It does not make sense to do it twice like that. Only difference I see is it's no longer live. It's shorter and it comes on much later than it used to. Yep. I don't get how short pre-tape clips. They don't make sense to me, but maybe he gets a different audience that way. I just don't, but I don't get but you're talking about the exact same thing and you recap it. You might as well just clip it. I'm going to. Now the whole show is going to be Chris loses his mind because John Campea is doing it twice. That's what the whole show is going to be, man. It's that amount of, because I was struggling getting the show started on time today, and it's like, imagine if I had a whole show, the clips that I was doing before. I don't know. To me, it seems a waste of time. I wasn't surprised that Rob came back. Was surprised how soon he came back. I mean, everybody assumed that there was a beef. There was no beef. Let's see. How many more? Oh, okay, there we go. Love John, but I predict in 2 months it will go back to live with Rob, Chris, Eric. Oh, we got another prediction from Justin D. Is calling it. He's calling it right now. He says, hold on, let me fix, there was something else. Just in case if you wanted to. Oh, it's not on yours. I'll fix that right now. Here, babe. The reason why I haven't gone to you, throwing it back to you, is because this wasn't there. There it is. It wasn't there at all. Is it working? There you go. Now you can join in. Poor Taylor. I was told that I thought that, I won't bring that up. I was about to say something. I'm not going to say it. Taylor and Amy are still doing their thing. I suggested to Taylor, now get the word out to Taylor. Maybe this is something that Taylor and maybe they discussed it. Maybe they don't want to do it. I text Amy and I said, you know what? Because I know that getting out there and watching a whole horror movie isn't always, time sufficient or economically viable. But I said, there's a bunch of horror shorts on YouTube. Why don't y'all, and that's only like, some of those are like 15 minutes long. You can knock one of those out real quick and you get some content out there. I don't know if I haven't seen it yet, but maybe, I don't know if she suggested it. Oh no, you will not be sitting up there. It's right on the CPU. But I thought that would, because they're doing that. What's their show called again?
It's like
horror movie for weenies.
Yeah, weenies reviews of something. Yeah.
Yeah, horror movies for weenies. A show you should be on. You should be my wife.
I'm
totally.
not scared of them. I just don't like. They don't entertain me.
Fine, but I thought she should probably do shorts. But poor Taylor. But they're fine. They're still doing their thing. I followed John since the AMC days. He's always been a flaky Jake. Flaky Jake. I've never heard the term flaky Jake. That's a first. I remember that conversation. Okay, so you guys are talking about that. He's on Wednesdays. Oh yeah, Rob, the YouTube version.
Yeah, they were talking.
Yeah, they were just talking. The Spotify is just an audio version of. No, it's actually video. It first comes out as audio, but then 30 minutes later, then the video kicks in. He uploads video. And I
Well, no,
uploaded.
this person was wanting to know, was Rob only on the Spotify or the YouTube? And the guy's saying they're the same thing.
Oh yeah.
It's
Okay.
just it's
Yeah.
just they're both the same.
And then there was the Greta Gerwig for G.I. Joe reboot. But why? Hello, friends. Hey, Mike, what's going on, buddy? And Brianna's back, always giving me a hard time in the comments, teasing me. You know, she called me bald, I think, the other day. Hey, Baldy. That's what she said. Hey, Baldy. No, I'm just
So
joking.
you've got errands to run too. You got to go get a tire fixed.
It's already 5 o'clock, babe. I
It's
can't do
not.
it now. Oh, man. I got to go get a
The
tire
car
fixed.
has got to get the car that has a vendetta against you or something.
Yeah,
I don't
we just got our car fixed, a whole engine repair, and then on the same day that we bring it back, then I roll over a
piece of metal.
piece of metal and raise. Now I got to buy a tire.
So the car's still sitting in the
Now the car's
driveway.
back on flat because I don't know how to drive. And we close the show off with Brianna closing out saying, I got suggested an old version you guys posted about John, and for a second I thought he moved back into his garage or whatever, and I was so you got suggested an old video.
Yeah.
And you thought John was back
Like,
in.
oh, look, he went back. Like,
No, yeah. If that studio ever fails, I don't know what John's gonna do, because he said that he converted that space into like a chill space. So I don't know. As long as the sponsors keep paying, I guess we'll find out at the end of this year when Mint Mobile, if they don't renew their contract, if Mint Mobile doesn't review. All right, guys, I gotta call it because I went way longer than I was supposed to, but I appreciate you guys in the chat. Tomorrow should be much smoother. I got the stream deck, everything all programmed and stuff. I promise a tight 30. I guarantee a tight 30 show, or an hour show. We won't go overtime like we did today, but when the live chat is live, I got to talk with you guys. Appreciate you guys. If you guys have, like I said, if any of your questions, comments, concerns, you can always hit us up on social media. You can at T3 Medias. You can always do a comment into our videos, or call us at 281-406-1993. Brianna, Michael, Justin D, come on, guys, pick up the phone, leave a voicemail, man. What you don't want us to, what's going on? Do it. That's your homework. That's your homework. All these comments and stuff that you're leaving to the live show, I love it, but I want a voicemail. I want you to leave a movie question or a rundown or whatever you want to say. Leave it on the voicemail. Send us a voicemail. And guys, I appreciate it. I've got to get out of here. I got to go to Discount Tire. Till next time, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.